Greetings, fellow light warriors. Welcome back to my channel, Spiritual Growth Journeys. I'm Kimberly Palm, and I'm here on this planet as a spiritual teacher and a healer, an ascension guide, here to help you all to get to what Yeshua calls New Shambhala, or heaven on earth. So welcome back to my channel. For those that are of you that are new here, thank you for showing up. And also, I just wanted to say a shout out to everybody who's been supporting me for the last several years, because I am now past 11,000 viewers, despite the fact that I'm on their blacklist on YouTube, on Facebook, on all these different platforms. I'm on their blacklist, and they minimize how many people watch my videos. Like, I have 11,000 people, and I'll have 1,000 people see the video, and that's because they don't notify any of my subscribers. They don't show my video to anyone, and that's because they're trying to keep me tiny so nobody will see this truthful information that they don't want you to know. I'm also being heavily censored and attacked on Facebook by Zuck, F-U-C-K, because I can't stand that mofo. Him and his crew have been taking down my posts daily, saying that I'm breaking their rules of cybersecurity, that I'm trying to get personal information from people. All I did was, I'll put up a post with a puppy and they'll take it down and say I was trying to get personal info. Or I'll put up posts for these videos I'm doing. Like, I'll just post a link to my video, and according to that, I'm breaking cybersecurity laws. It's all a lie. They're making it up. I send these into review every time because they allow me to do that. And when I send them into review, they come back with nothing. Like, I get nothing. They just keep my post down, and they don't renew it or put it back or anything. And honestly, if I had the time, if I had the money, and if I wasn't a public person, meaning I have like a lot of followers and I'm doing the spiritual work, if I wasn't me, if I was somebody else and I had more money, I would hire an attorney and do a class action lawsuit. The problem with me leading something like that is then I will be in the press. I will be on the news. My face will be all over, and that is going to ruin everything I'm doing. It's going to get me the attention of the dark ones, hardcore, and it could be curtains. So I can't do that. Now, if any of you want to start a class action lawsuit against Crackbook and Zuck F, can't stand him. If you want to start one, I would be happy to join as one of the many people, that got screwed over by them. But in the meantime, he just wrote a letter, Zuck, to Congress, basically saying that the BIDAN administration, Sleepy Joe administration, forced him to censor everybody, which is a big fat lie. He did it of his own free will. Now, did the BI administration force him to do it? I think that they how do you want to say, collaborated together on that. I don't think he was forced. I think it was mutual. So that's my personal belief. So we're being censored all over the place. Make sure that you're subscribed to my website in case, and that you have me added to your, how do you want to say, to your address book on your email, which is info@spiritualgrowthjourneys.com. When you get emails from me, that's where it will come from. And please have that on your whitelist, as they say, and sign up on my website, so that no matter where I get tossed and put at, I can keep in touch with you all. Also, make sure you're subscribed to my Rumble channel, because if they take down this channel on BoobTube, then that is my backup. But I also put videos on that Rumble that I can't put on YouTube. So there's a bunch of videos that are on there that you won't find on YouTube because they're too controversial. Today's video will not be controversial topic for the bad guys, or the idiots, whatever you want to call them. It will be a controversial subject for people out there that are pushing lies in what we call the spiritual and new age communities. So Today, the topic is something that I discussed with my sister, Michaela, Medium Michaela. I recommend you go to her channel. I have the link down below, and also my soul sister, Katrina of Red Mountain Shaman. Please go follow their channels, because the three of us all work together in a partner, in a three-way partnership. We are all soul sisters. We're all from the same soul family we came to Earth together. We all incarnated together here. And so we help each other, we work together. And before I got on this video with you today, my sister Michaela made a video about this topic because her and I discussed it. And the reason I can't have her on my channel to mutually discuss these topics anymore is, number one, she has what we call kind of like an evil stepmom, except it's an actual mom that doesn't allow her to work with other people. If we're on a video and the mom comes in the room, it's curtains for both of us. That's number one. Number two, she doesn't have good Wi-Fi coverage. She does not have good Wi-Fi coverage. So what happens is, when I have her on an interview, it just keeps going out continuously, and it's just a nightmare to deal with. So how she's able to do her own videos is she just records them right onto her cell phone, and then she puts them up when her internet's working. And that's how you're able to see her videos, because she's recording them directly to her phone. There's no way that the two of us can work together with that situation. Hopefully sometime in the future, we are hoping to be able to do that. But what we're doing instead, because we can't get together on the same video, is we cover a lot of the same topics. She has Yeshua talk about his thoughts on the matter, and then I do my video talking about my thoughts on the matter, or my information from him. Sometimes I get information from him, and then he gives additional information, the same information that he gave me, along with additional extra information through Michaela, because he gives a lot more detailed stuff through her. So make sure that you follow her and all her videos, because she channels him. He basically takes her over and uses her as his mouthpiece here on Earth. I don't know anyone else who he does this with. As far as I know, she's the only one. They have a very special relationship. He's been with her since she was born, came out of the womb of her mom into this reality, into this life. He's with her all the time. So is Miriam. And I hope you all like my new picture I have. So the picture of Miriam is by Nell Bliss, and I have her website link down below in the description. She is on Etsy. She has also got a website called Naya Moon Art. It's NAYAMOONART. This picture that you see is the most accurate picture of Miriam of Magdala ever created. She even has the bindi, or whatever that's called, on her the thing. I think that's what it's called. I'm not sure. There's a spot that you put, if you're from India, they have the caste system there, and they have the little dots that they put on their forehead. She even has that on there. It's very accurate, because if you've read my book, Walking with Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, you know that she is not from Magdala. She is from India, northeastern India. And what happened is, her and Yeshua got married when she was 18. He was 20. They came down back to the Holy Lands. They came back down after that and brought Lazarus and Martha with them, because their parents were actually murdered when they were very small children. I think she was only like 6 or something when their parents were murdered by the bad guys. And their older sister, Martha, who was 9 years older than her and also older than Lazarus, pretty much raised them like her own children. She was like a mother to them. So, anyways, this picture by Nell Bliss is the most accurate picture of her. It's exactly what she looks like. And the picture of Yeshua is by Akion Krameric. She has other pictures of Yeshua on her page that are also really good on her art, and you can buy all these. I actually have them here in my house. I've got the picture of Yeshua in a frame that I bought from Akion's website. I have you've seen the other picture I used to have of Miriam. I used to have that one on this backdrop. I have that actually behind me on the door. I bought it from Nail Bliss. I ordered it from her, and she hand painted the whole thing or hand did it on like a tapestry. And it's pretty incredible. I have that hanging on my back door. So I just wanted you all to know that that is where these pictures came from that I have. And so today what I want to talk to you about, and Michaela and I had quite an interesting talk about this, and then she did a video, and it's all about going from third density to fifth density. There's a huge lie in the spiritual and what we call the new age community. People are spreading lies, and this is actually the dark ones that are spreading this lie. They are on their way out and they know it, so they're just trying to take out as many of us as they can. They do it with a lot of lies. And the biggest lie now is that if you go to fifth density, if you ascend, that there is no such thing as ascension, and that if you go to fifth density, you're exchanging one prison for another. Okay, that is what they're spreading in the spiritual and new age community, and that's a lie, an absolute lie. And I'm going to go over all the correct information in a minute, but there's one other big lie that they're spreading. They're spreading a lie that all of the ETs that are up there right now are bad and evil, and that they're all fighting over, that there's different ET factions fighting over who's going to rule over and lord over the earth. That is also a lie. It's so opposite of the truth. There were beings fighting over who was going to lord over the earth. That actually went on for a long time. We had the Draco reptilians, we had the Greys, we had the mantids, we had these big creatures. I can't remember what they're called, but they have wings and they look like a reptilian, but with wings. Those guys, they're bigger than normal reptoids. They're much bigger, they're much scarier and uglier looking than the run-of-the-mill reptoid that shapeshifts here into somebody like Queen Elizabeth or Hillary or something like that. Anyways, sorry, my cell phone is going off like a hot potato here. So the two big lies going on in the spiritual community that was spread by the darkness to keep you in fear and to keep you from doing your work to ascend is that ascension is a big lie, and that you're trading one matrix prison for another, one soul trap for another. And then the other lie is that all the ETs are bad and they're all fighting over who's going to take over Earth next. That's a lie. The bad ones have already, the ones that were up in ships up there have mostly been gotten rid of. They were gotten rid of by Solar Warden, and they were gotten rid of by the Galactic Federation as well. Solar Warden's been working in collaboration with the Galactic Federation. So let's talk about Solar Warden. So Ishmael Perez, or Ismail, I guess, however you want to say his name. I invited him to come on the show and talk to me about this, talk with me about this subject today, but he said he declined, that he's really busy. He's got like a crazy schedule. So I told him I will send you all to his book. So I highly recommend that you read his book, Our Cosmic Origin. It's a really good book. And he has a new book called The Hidden Government, I believe. I haven't read that one yet. I read Our Cosmic Origin book. It was quite fascinating. I can't even speak. But I have not read the Hidden Government book. I have not read that yet. So sorry, somebody is calling and calling and calling on my phone. And it's not my family, because they're all here in my home. And so if they have an emergency, they just come in here and yell at me. So anyways, Solar Warden, let's talk about who they are. Now, I don't have the exact details of them, because Ishmael is the one who has way more details on them. Also, Ileana the Star Traveler, please follow her channel, because she is an expert on all things extraterrestrials. If you want to know what's going on in space, if you want to know about star cosmology, if you want to know about anything, secret space programs, med beds, all of it. She does remote viewings of different bases on different planets. She recently did a remote viewing of the bases on the moon and Mars. If you want to learn all that, go follow Ileana the Star Traveler. And I think her show is called our cosmic something reality, something I can't remember, but it's Ileana the Star Traveler. And so go follow her. So what I know about Solar Warden is, first of all, the info about them was actually leaked by whistleblowers who are ex 3-letter organization people quite a while ago. This info has been around for quite a while. And basically, Solar Warden is, so we have what's called the Dark Fleet, which is the Nazi group, and the Dark Hats, or what we call the Cabal, with their own spaceships and their own stuff up there and their own bases up there. Then we have what we call Solar Warden. Solar Warden is the US Navy. It's under the US Navy. It's the same group that created what is it called? President Mr. T's thing, space, what's it called? Space thing, Space Force. Sorry, my brain. I haven't slept in like several nights because I'm going through a lot of crises, a lot of health crises, actually, lots of health stuff. Due to Ascension symptoms and other things. But anyways, so I haven't had a lot of sleep. So if I forget words, it's because my brain is not functioning 100% right now because I haven't slept and I need my sleep for my brain to work. So, the Space Force is basically Solar Warden. It's all kind of the same thing, but it's under the US Navy. It's the good guys. And there's also other countries involved. Italy, I believe, I think France. There's a bunch of different countries that have people involved in Solar Warden. But what they have is they have 8 motherships up there that are the size of several football fields. They have 43 smaller scout ships. Okay. And that's according to the leaked information from the US government. All right. That's not my info. That's not psychic intel. That I did ask my guides if that's correct, and they said yes. This is not a lie, but it was leaked information. And so they protect that, they work with the Galactic Federation to protect the Earth. So we are not taken over again by dark forces like the Draco did thousands or actually millions of years ago. So they're protecting us. So they're cleaning up all the bad guys. They've already kicked the grays out of here. There's a few gray groups that are hiding under the earth in the tunnels. We've got some grays hiding down below. They even have ships that they have hiding that they can take in and out of portals and holes on this earth. So there are groups of grays as well as lots of reptilians that are still on the earth. They will be purged out of here very soon by the big event that's going to happen. But they are they're definitely working together to fight off all the bad guys. So there is a lie about, oh, all the ETs are bad and they're just fighting to take over the planet. That's not true. I want you all to think about this. We are the ETs, okay? I came to this planet from Sirius B, and before that, I came here from what is that star called? I was talking to actually to my sister Michaela all about this, about where we came from. It's not Taygeta. Oh my gosh, what is that called? It's darn it. I'm looking for it in my notes here, the name of where we came, Tiamat. Okay. So we actually were in Tiamat first, and then what happened is they blew up Tiamat. And again, Ishmael Perez has all the information on that. You want to know all about Tiamat and what happened, go follow him, read his books, and you'll know all about Tiamat and what happened. But Tiamat is what formed the Earth and the astral belt and the moon. Supposedly Earth, the moon, and the astral belt was formed by Tiamat getting blown to bits. Supposedly it was blown to bits by Nibiru smacking into it. I don't know if that's the exact thing. There's other stories that it was blown up by the Draco or whatever, which is possible. There's a lot of different stories out there, but nonetheless, it was exploded. My family was from Tiamat originally, and then we went to Sirius B, and then we came to Earth. So we are the ETs. Every single one of you who's had readings with me, you know, you're all star seeds and you've come here from different planets, whether it was in the Arcturus star system and you're an Arcturian, or you're an Andromedan, or you're a Pleiadian, or you're a Lyran, or, you know, Alpha Centaurian, or you're a Venusian from Venus. We all came here and we actually all, so some of the information I'm going to give you in this video for people who have been following me for a while, it's kind of like a refresher or a repeat of what you already know or have read in my book, Ascension 101, A Roadmap for Your Soul. So if you haven't read that book, you need to read it. And for those of you who this is new to, you might want to take notes because you're going to learn a lot of stuff today. And even if you have been around with me for a while, you're going to learn new stuff today. But I do want to kind of repeat all of this, the fact that basically this planet is going through this huge ascension from a third density fear-based world to a first to fourth, which I talk about in Ascension 101, which is love, unity, consciousness, kindness, compassion, all those things, service to others. And then to fifth density, which is you get back, you become crystalline, you become 12 plus strands activated, you'll never get sick again, you won't get cancers and viruses and all kinds of things. You'll live hundreds of years, up to like 1500 years. You will have telepathy, you will have telekinesis, you'll be able to move objects, you'll be able to levitate yourself, you'll be able to teleport yourself to different places. All that stuff is in the 5D. And so that is what we're shifting, and it is not a prison. It's such a lie. Anybody saying that is trying to cause trouble and trying to block your ascension. This planet was originally 5D and higher until we had the big deluge, or whatever they call it, the demiurge, where the bad guys fell and humanity, everyone here fell from grace of Creator, Mother, Father, God, from the love of that. We fell away from that because of Lucifer, Satan, Baphomet, Baal, Moloch, all these guys, and then all the demonics, and then all of the negative ET groups that came here and ruined everything. And so we were in 5 and higher density range, and we fell away from that down into the 3rd, and now we're going back to the 5th and 6th. And when we're back up in 5th and 6th, those negative beings will not be able to come back into this planet again because they'll be obliterated. Like, the energy will be so high that they won't be able to hold it up, and they will literally be obliterated. They won't be able to maintain that high of a frequency. And so the only reason that the bad ETs were able to come here is because Lucifer and those guys came and they lowered the density of the earth. And after the density was lowered, then all of these bad guys were able to come in and enslave us. So what happened is, thousands of years ago, the reptoids came in and they set up this equipment on the moon that was broadcasting what we call a soul trap or a matrix, a phantom matrix, or a holographic thing on this earth. And it was basically a big prison. They turned our earth into a prison and they locked us down for like thousands of years. Okay. And it's all in my book, talked about it. I've talked about it in multiple videos. And we are all sovereign beings. Okay. Your soul is sovereign. Nobody owns you. The government doesn't own you. Nobody owns you. The grays, the reptoids, they don't own you. The demons, they don't own you. You own yourself. Creator owns you. You're part of source. You are source. You are source embodied in a unique form of expression of love, unconditional love. And you are sovereign and you are free. Okay. The thing is that they locked this planet down, and keep in mind that all the planets and stars in heaven, all the logos, all the solar logos, they all have their own consciousness. Okay. My higher self, which is hundreds of feet tall, Yeshua said I was equal to 200 Yeshuas. One time I asked him, how tall is my higher self? And he said about the size of 200 Yeshuas. So if you stack 200 Yeshua ben Yosefs on top of each other, that is how tall my spirit is, because my higher self creates stars, creates solar systems, and it becomes the consciousness of stars. Sometimes it's been a star 42 different times. So the thing is that we were locked down. They had this equipment on the moon up until 2020, up until December of 2020, that thing was operating. And what would happen is when you or any of your family members died in your human body, which there really is no such thing as death, they would make you go to a false light. You'd think you were in heaven, but you really weren't. They'd trap your soul, and then they would recycle you back in the wheel of samsara, where you get recycled into suffering contracts over and over. Now, when I say you, if you were a really high level light worker in Starseed or an angelic that came here, you were never trapped. You could come and go freely anytime you want. The people who were trapped here are the original humanoids, all the original human beings that were created by God, and their souls were put on this planet, and then they were locked down, and they've never ever been able to leave or go anywhere. The starseeds who are here now, we came in here to rescue them. We are the saviors. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We came here as a giant team, initially 144,000 of us, but then many more joined. We came here as a big team to liberate the planet, okay? And in December 2020, the what they call the Galactic Federation used what's called the Hammer of Thor technology. They used Hammer of Thor technology to take down the false matrix. It was destroyed. And when it was destroyed, billions of souls that were trapped in the false matrix were freed, billions of them. The problem with that is a lot of them were confused and didn't know where to go, didn't know where they even were, or didn't know how to get to heaven or get home or get back to whatever planet they were from. So we have a lot of starseed light workers on this planet, besides myself, that have been crossing all these beings over like crazy for the last several years. So basically, I know tons of light workers. That's all they do all day long is they're crossing souls over. There's still lots of souls that are still wandering around here. We've got ghosts and all that kind of thing, and just lost souls. And we're still trying to walk them home, because the problem is there's only so many light workers here, but there's billions of these trapped people they're free to go now. They just don't know it. So we've been working on that. What will happen is when the big purification event, or what people call the Great Solar Flash, when that happens, you will see all of them go wherever they are supposed to go. They'll all go either back to heaven, or they'll go back to their home planets, or to their ships, or wherever it is that they came from, because they've been trapped for a long time. So nothing to worry about there. But they use this Hammer of Thor technology, and they took down the false matrix. And we all competed. Everybody who's watching this video, if you're watching me right now, you had to do like an Olympics competition, and you had to win to be here right now. Because number one, this is the hardest planet in the universe to be in. That's number one, because it's so dense and it's so negative and fear-based and suffering and awful and so much torment and pain here. That's the first thing. Number two, this event that we're going through is the first time, it's unprecedented in history, that we are going through this, and we're basically being allowed to ascend in our living body, not dying first like Yeshua when he died on the cross and then he ascended into his light body. We won't have to die anywhere and ascend into a light body. We will be doing in the physical body, which is why when I do sessions with you all, I scan you and I can tell you how many strands of DNA have been activated since 2012. A lot of you are all the way up to 11 right now. A huge percentage of you that I see, that I work with, are at 10 and 11. Some of you are only at 5 or 6, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not a competition. We're all on our own, time. And then your body is going from carbon-based life form to crystalline life form, okay? And some of you are at 4%, and some of you are at 40%, and some of you are even at 65%. The highest I think I've seen in anyone is in the 60s right now. I haven't seen anything higher than that, but that will be at 100% when the event happens. And so our bodies are shifting and changing. And so we all had to compete in like an Olympic style competition just to be here for this event that is going on. And it's like, if it wasn't really going on, if the whole ascension is a lie and that we're just trading one prison for another, why would all of these beings have competed to be in bodies right now during this time period, to just be trapped and in prison. That doesn't even make sense. The other thing that angers me a little about all this lie that's being spread is the fact that it's basically calling people like myself, this whole book, which was dictated to me by Yeshua. He dictated about 70% of the info in that book came from him. Other 30% came from me, from my own self. Basically calling me a liar. I've been doing nothing being an Ascension guide for the last several years. Well, since 2011, honestly. And basically calling me a liar, not just me, but my mentors, Dolores Cannon and Patricia Cota Robles. Dolores Cannon, God rest her soul. She's on the other side now. Her daughter is taking over her company, but all her books are still available for you to read. I highly recommend you read every single one of Dolores Cannon's books. Also read all of Patricia Cota Robles' books on eraofpeace.org and watch her Congress, her 38th Congress on, I think, illumination or whatever they call it. I think it's the last one too, the last Congress, because we're about to transcend. We're getting really close to shifting right now on this planet. And so I think this is their last Congress. And I think she's retiring too, possibly. I'm not really sure. But basically, go watch her videos, because you will learn all about all this stuff I'm telling you. You will learn from her, because Dolores Cannon and Patricia Cota Robles are my predecessors. They are from the generation before me. They're old enough to be my mom, and then some, they're like 80s, 90s, whatever year old women, 70s, 80s, 90s. And so they're what we call the first wave of light workers. They were the first wave that came into the earth. I'm like the second wave. And then my kids would be like third wave or something. If they were light workers, they'd be the third wave. So the thing is that you need to follow them, because they are my mentors. I've learned so much from both of those women. And anybody who's sitting there saying, oh, the Ascension's a lie, we're going to a different prison, we're just exchanging the prison, and you need to claim your freedom now. And it's like, what freedom? I'm already a free soul. Nobody owns me. Nobody has reign over me. I'm already free. I don't need to sit there and plus I signed Stellar's divine sovereignty declaration. And so that makes me even freer. And you can learn about that if you go follow Stellar on social media. Stellar is a singer as well. I've had her on this channel. She is an amazing teacher and singer and alchemist and light worker. And she has this thing called the Divine Sovereignty Agreement. I will try to remember to put her website actually in my description, so you can go check out the Divine Sovereignty Agreement. But that breaks you off from all the nasty things they did to you, creating the straw man with your social security number and taking the birth certificate and all that, and creating a straw man and selling you on the stock exchange. And basically the crown owns your, thinks they own your soul and your body, and that you're a vessel owned by them. It basically takes you away from all that. It pulls you out of all that and gives you back your freedom, but your soul is already free. Your personage is not free. Like in your body, that body persona that you're in right now has all kinds of blood contracts on you that you don't even know about, all kinds of curses and contracts and black magic and all kinds of stuff that's been put on you. And so the Divine Sovereignty Agreement takes all that back and makes you sovereign in the body. Now your soul was always sovereign. Your soul is sovereign forever. It's always free and sovereign. So these lies are being spread around, and I don't want any of you to get fearful about any of this stuff or listen to any of it. There's not going to be some ETs that are going to come in and take us over next. That's not going to happen. We're taking our Earth back for ourselves. We have protectors up there. We've got the Galactics, we've got the Solar Warden and the Space Force, and a lot of beings also what's called Ashtar Command, which is actually like a military group. And no, they don't communicate with humans on the surface unless you happen to be part of them. There are some humans on the surface here who their higher self is on a Ashtar Command ship. And then of course they're going to be communicating with their bosses up there. But but they typically don't just communicate with any old human. It's not a thing they do because they're a military organization. That would be like some general in the US Army calling you up and having a chat with you and saying, let's get together for lunch. It's not gonna happen. So trying to think what else I want to share with you. So that's pretty much, I think I covered it all. Let me read my notes I'd written just to make sure because I'm so tired. My brain just hurts from not getting any sleep. Um, so also Alexander Quinn, he has a book called Star Seeds, What's That All About? And he talks all about the ascension on his channel. Really good guy to follow. I like to call him my little starseed brother because he's kind of like a younger starseed brother. But Alexander Quinn's another one. His book was actually published by Dolores Cannon's publishing company. And so these people that are spreading these lies are basically making it look like all the hard work that I've done, that Alexander, my little starseed brother's done, all the work that we've done, and Dolores Cannon, all these amazing people, they're basically invalidating us and making us look like we're stupid fools that just made this crap up, and it's like at the drop of a hat. And we didn't. We came in here with the specific mission to help all of you. We already had our assignment ahead of time. We know who we are. We remember who we are. Alexander knows exactly who he is as an Arcturian, and he's got an Arcturian and manted part of himself that, I mean, he knows why he came in here to help. And so do I, so did Dolores Cannon, so did Patricia. We all know why we're here, and we know what the mission is and what the goal is. And please stay out of fear. All of these people who are spreading this stuff, you need to learn discernment. I always teach my clients how to discern the truth from not truth. If you close your eyes and you ask yourself, is this the truth? You should feel just peace in your heart, in your body, in your spirit, in your soul. You should feel total peace everywhere. And if you feel any doubt, any worry about it, any fear at all, if the message that you're hearing is fearful, run like hell. If there's any fear in it at all, run like hell. Like, oh, if you do this, you'll die, kind of thing. Oh, when the big event happens, ships are going to come suck you up. All those kind of fear-based things. You need to tune in, and if the message is fear-based, run like hell. If you watch a video and your body just starts to feel like, it just doesn't feel good, you don't vibe with it, you need to turn the channel, switch it off, start depending more on yourself and going within, and getting in touch with your own higher self, your own inner guidance and your own inner peace, to know who is sharing the truth versus who is sharing lies. I can guarantee you that when you close your eyes and tune into me, you're going to feel peace, because that's all I resonate my whole life. Since I was born into this body, I just broadcast peace and love and light and positive stuff. No fear with me, no evil, no darkness, none of that. I don't have it within me to be of the darkness. I can't, I don't even know how to be of that. Sorry. I came to this earth with the family of Christ. We all came in together as a group, what's called the Ananda Collective. I'm part of that with Michaela and Katrina. We're all part of that Ananda Collective. There's a lot of beings that are part of the Ananda Collective. Saint Germain's one of them. Whole bunch of beings that are in there. Mother Mary, Mother Miriam, Miriam Magdalene, Yeshua. And where they got that name Magdala, by the way, is because when they came down from North India down to the Holy Lands, they settled in a village called Magdala. That was the name of the village where they took up residence to live. They did not want to be in the big cities like Jerusalem and stuff, because they were kind of, I don't want to say outcasts exactly, but they were foreigners in a foreign land, and they wanted to kind of remain kind of behind the scenes and play it safe. So they didn't go live like in Jerusalem or somewhere like that. They lived in Magdala, and that's why they got the name Miriam of Magdala or Lazarus or Martha of Magdala or whatever, or the Magdalens, they were the Magdalens because they came from the village of Magdala as far as the Jewish people were concerned, but that's not really where they came from. They came from Northeast India. So trying to think, is there anything I'm forgetting? I feel like I'm forgetting to say something to you all. I think that's about it. I was talking to Jenny Lee earlier about this as well, and I told her these people are spreading this fear porn about the 3D, 5D, and I've been telling all you guys, all my followers, everybody in videos that the dark ones are really desperate right now. They're literally on their way out. They know it. They want to take as many of us down with them as they possibly can. So please keep that in mind when you're reading these kind of messages saying, oh, this is bad, don't do this, or blah, blah, blah. They're making up all this stuff. You need to understand they're doing it to spread hate and fear and to tear the community apart. Like if they can tear apart all the light workers and all the starseeds and the spiritual people and even the new agers and turn us all against each other and get us fighting, it's that divide and conquer. That's what the dark uses. They use divide and conquer. This whole earth is all this duality, separation, because when they're able to do duality and separation instead of unity consciousness and oneness, they are able to destroy us, like completely destroy us. When we all come together in unity and oneness, we destroy them. That's when we win. We only win in unity. When we all separate and yell at each other and argue on social media, we're actually aiding and abetting the dark ones in our own demise. So I'm going to ask you to please refrain from attacking your fellows in the truther community, patriot community, spiritual community, new age community. Please refrain from attacking others, calling names. I mean, I'm seeing people call each other terrible names, fighting, swearing at each other, just all kinds of stuff. It's really vicious right now. And that means the bad guys are winning because they want that to happen. Instead, we need to all come together because the only way we ascend is when we all do it together. We all have to learn unity consciousness in order to ascend. We're not going to fully be able to go to 5D unless everybody comes together. It's the only way. So as long as people are all remaining separate and arguing and fighting, you are all prolonging our ability to ascend. We can't ascend without everybody being on board. So please stop fighting if you've already been doing it. If somebody yells at you on social media or they make rude comments to you, just say, I am sending you peace and love, and then ignore them. And if you want to delete and block them, like I have to do a lot, then go ahead. But my message to them is usually I'm sending you peace and love and see ya. And that's it, delete and block. Because what did they say? Two wrongs don't make a right. That's what my mother taught me. So if somebody's being an asshole to you, if you're an asshole back, you actually are creating a problem and creating negative karma and energy for yourself. Instead, my mom used to say you attract more flies with honey than with vinegar. So you just, she'd say kill them with kindness. So how you kill the enemy is you are really kind and loving to them, and they can't stand that. So that's the best way to win. That's how we win, is through love, kindness, compassion, oneness, and unity, which is what Yeshua and Miriam have been teaching for a really, really long time. So 2000 years. Anyways, actually before that, because they were Isis and Osiris. So he is Osiris. That's an aspect, one of Yeshua's aspects. Sananda is his real soul name, but one of Sananda's aspects was Osiris. One was Zoroaster. One was Yeshua. So, he had all these different incarnations and aspects, which if you go to my website, spiritualgrowthjourneys.com, I have all 3 of my books on there. If you scroll down through my books, the book Walking with Yeshua and Mary Magdalene tells the real her story, because it's really, a lot of it is about the divine feminine that has been corrupted and smashed like a bug by the dark Vatican. So you can read the correct her story if you go to my website. You cannot get that on Amazon. My other 2 books, Ascension 101 and The Real Fountain of Youth, are both on Amazon because they do not have information in there that will get me into any trouble. However, the book about Yeshua and Miriam, has super highly controversial whistleblowing stuff, because I'm basically outing not just the Catholic Church, but all these religions, just outing religion like crazy, and they're about all the wrongdoing and stuff they've been doing, and then telling the correct information, which is all information they don't want you to know. They really don't want you knowing any of that information. So that is only available through my website as a PDF. You buy it through, I think it's Square or what, or not Square. It's something like that. Stripe. It's Stripe, and you put in your credit card, and then you get the PDF that you can download. So we're keeping it in the spiritual community for now. We don't want it out into the world, so that we can be crucified again, until the humanity is ready for that information. So that's about all I have to say. Sending you all so much love. One other thing I want to remind you is we're still signing ladies up for our next women's retreat. It's going to be in Asheville, North Carolina, in the Great Smoky Mountains National Forest there. We're going to have our women's healing and spiritual retreat mid-April. There's a link down below in the description to that if you want to sign up and join me in person, and my two other teacher girlfriends, Sarah Nash and Rosemary. Both of those people are joining me again. They were with me last year. I don't know what I would have done without Sarah. Honestly, the whole retreat never would have happened without all of the hard work that she did, including creating the website last time and the website this time, because she's a kick-ass website designer. So I am so grateful to her. Sarah, if you watch this video, love you. So grateful for all the work you put into these women's retreats. I don't know what I'd do without you, seriously. But yeah, we hope you will join us for some fun and shenanigans and some sisterhood and making new friends and sharing and growth and healing and all the fun stuff that we're going to do in a place where there's starship portals and Bigfoot and all kinds of UFOs, all kinds of cool stuff there, even dragons and fairies in that area. They've got a lot of cool stuff in that area. It's incredible. We only have 20 spots total, and several people have already signed up. A lot of the people who came last year will be coming next year. So if you want a spot, you need to make sure you sign up now, because it will fill up really fast. And with only 20 spots, that's it. Once those are full, we have to put you on a wait list. So that's about the only thing I wanted to say. Is I hope you all will consider joining us at that retreat, and see you all on the next video. Love you all.